Oh, hello, hello. Hey, shorties, how you going? Thank you for being here. An early one for y'all and for me. 5 p.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. in Australia. Yikes, on a Sunday. You know what? I'm a professional. We do what we got to do. Puppy says hi. Hey, puppy. So, Tommy CPU is in the house, right? Let me see who's here before we bring Tommy on, because, you know, Poppy and Poppy. Yes, hi, baby. Who we got? We got, oh, Adam drives Helen, of course. Hello, babe. Um, Scott McGinnis, Lisa Reed, Denise, Ernie Birdie. Welcome to the Mod Squad, Ernie. Can't believe it took me so long. Yikes. Starry D, hey girl, thank you so much for the gifted memberships last night, beautiful girl. That's really sweet of you, and it really helps build the community. Hey LJ, how you going? Who we got? Adam again. Amy, my girl. Starry D, who's this? Shelby say what? Hey girl. He's in the chat. He's everywhere. Amazing. Hello, love. Lisa Reed, Just Us. North Shore, Massachusetts. Yeah, right. Yikes. Some hectic shit's been going down in the old MA lately. Poppy, come on now. Yikes. Cheryl, good to see you. Where is this? Curious Wendy. Cheryl. Ashley. Hey. How you going, Melbourne friend? Scotty McGuinness loves his Aussie accents. Turd Ferguson, aka Melissa Asylum, who wrote and created that amazing intro for my channel. And then my guy, Adam Drives Helen, made the video. Epic. All right. Let's we got Debbie Blair in the house. Yay. James Lynch, I see you. Kimberlina. Wow. Cool. And Poppy. She'll calm down soon, won't she? Never. All right. So let's just bring everybody's friend, Tom CPU, on, because that's what we're here for, right? Let's do it. Hello, sir.
Hey guys, hey, how's everyone doing?
Amazing, I hope, I presume. How's your Saturday been so far?
I've been catching up on a lot of things I've been not doing for a while, so doing well, doing good.
Right, it's tricky, huh? I work full time, a very, Poppy, goodness me. I work full time, a very like early start job, very physically intense, long days, standing up all day long. And then what my personality thinks is a great idea to do is to do like 6 live streams every weekend. So here we are.
Imagine that.
Crazy. But it's
Oh,
hard to get the stuff done, isn't it? When you've got things you need to do, but this is very all encompassing, right?
yeah, and it's like there's so much that's happening, you just can't play catch up. It's crazy. I don't know. I just do what I can, right?
Yes, do your best. That's the best you can do, Tommy. So we
So
start with do you want to do a shit sandwich, Tommy? Shall we go police audit followed by standout followed by the mob man, or how do you want to do this?
the police audit, is that not Canton? I mean, that is so Canton. They're turning the town into a verb like that. I forget who said that, but it, that is welcome to Canton. You want to get rid of a body? Bring it to Canton. I mean, it's going to be cheaper than going to the cemetery or crematorium. Just dump it in freaking Canton and drive away.
They
It's
literally said that in the meeting, didn't they?
they
One of
did.
the
Just drop it
yes,
off. Drop off here.
it's just wild. Oh, hey Jess, how you going,
And
gorgeous
and
girl?
and you know, we
What
we
a
joke
joke.
we joke about that, but it it's insulting to the people that are paying taxes and the people that do the right thing when they get up every day. It's insulting to them that they're dealing with this type of, and it's not incompetence. It's absolutely 100% not incompetence. It's
No, it's
intentional.
nefarious. It's intentional. It's
And
absolutely malice of forethought.
and
Corruption.
there's such a difference in power, and they have so much control. That's all they do.
Right?
They don't
Find one of
care.
these. They might find bodies on lawns, but they'll also find this from us for the rest of the world, right, Tommy?
And the whole world is looking at Canton right now, going like, "Wow." They don't even know what to say. And if there's any true crimers out there that want to look and see what's going on, I dare them to look at this. This all started because they murdered a freaking girl that was pregnant with a baby. Think about that. One that they were friggin' grooming from time to. That's why that all this is going on because of their little secrets with that girl. Do you see how that has trickled along to all these people
Oh,
and all the power and how people have gotten the power over that one thing? And Fanning's in the middle of it.
yes. Hasn't he just sort of flown under the radar? He even his wit in Karen Reed's trial. His he didn't seem to be particular. I mean, he was there. Sorry. He was there. What minding the jury, right?
Why?
He was on.
Why? Why?
Exactly.
Why? Why? Is what jury minding on his resume? Is there a class that minds jury? That is he qualified to oversee the jury? Do we know that?
Qualified to do, oversee, Tommy. Qualified to do something with the jury.
Again, and then to have what they do to Karen, who's completely innocent, she gets thrown in the middle of this, right? Well, how's she fighting the entire system? We'll call it. That's because that's what she's doing. Thank God. And then you have the mob running the whole show. The mob
And
said,
now-
"No." What the mob said, Morrissey, sit down, shut up. We got this. That's exactly what happened. No more, no less. The mob said, "We got this. We're taking over from here. We got it."
It's fucking wild,
Is
Tommy.
that not Boston? Welcome to Massachusetts. You want to write a book? You want to write a book? How about this whole thing is a book? It's an unbelievable book, and we're living it. We're watching the explosion in real time, and it's not even freaking mushroom cloud yet. It's still going up. We're watching it. It's
Right?
happening.
I think I said this to you. Well, I think I said this to you recently when I came on, when I slept in, when I came to your Sunday morning coffee time a while ago, that for me, what's enthralling and fascinating and terrifying is wondering when this shit is going to get to the most hectic, the lowest of the low, or the biggest mushroom. And you're right, it's not even there yet.
And note the sad part is we have all these poor victims that are not here. And they get lost in this whole thing because we don't believe what we're seeing right in front of us. And yet John O'Keefe, Sandra, Enrique, Craig Casey, there's a lady that was found and floating in a pond. They don't even know her name. You know, I mean, come on. You can't find this lady 60 years old. Does she have a paper trail? What? There's no missing 60-year-old women out there? Hello?
Tommy, what about in the police audit meeting when they, not just that they referred to Sandra Birchmore as Sarah, but in their document, she was in writing Sarah Birchmore. And then they were like, yeah, whatever. We can change that. That's fine. Maybe we should just say the baby. Oh, like,
you have
I know
an emergency room doctor saying it's ingenious that you use solo cups. Great. That's a great idea.
And what's the problem with the leaf blower? What could have possibly gone wrong with that? I don't understand why people keep going on about the leaf blower. These people their heads are up their asses, Tommy.
No, again, it's 100% intentional. And when you see that it's intentional, it's kind of it's comical. It's like, really, that you're gonna go with that? And I'm sitting here just laughing at all these people. I mean, the guy that's in charge of the audit committee. I mean, if he doesn't, you need to run a meeting with Robert's Rules of Order.
They didn't even know what they were.
That was Bob's Rules of Order. You know.
Oh, he is.
There's no way that meeting will not go down. They will not allow that meeting to be valid. And when they bring that to no one will take that. No. But again, right? Is that not Canton? And when you see it as that, it is what it is. It's Canton.
So they mentioned about you just named them, but when they were talking in the police audit meeting about because only Officer John O'Keefe was listed, and not by name, am I right? I was listening this morning. I hadn't got a chance to watch the meeting yet until today. And then they begrudgingly said, and Sandra Birchmore, but her name was not correct. And then who was the fella that was going? I don't even know. I mean, all I know is it's a suicide, and I don't know. As if you come on now, as if those people, all of them, don't know all of that stuff.
There's
It's
a and
all.
there's a reason they're on the audit committee. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Okay,
a
right.
reason they're on it, and they are anti-audit. They do not want the audit, so they're going to play as stupid as possible. Think about how dumb these people look. I can't wait to. I think we should all go picket the fucking Brockton Hospital and say that the emergency room doctors are incompetent, and bring the solo cups to Brockton Hospital. They just opened up a whole new wing, brand new. They had a fire there. The whole hospital was shut down, closed. Now they just reopened it. We should go freaking protest them. Brockton's doing great. They lost $17 million in their school system 1 year. Last year, their budget, they lost $17 million.
Like just
Gone.
Canton Taylor Ferry took it?
The Canton people took it. Just missing. And no one even, and then now the mayor's questioning the school committee, and they're fighting, and they're all playing dumb, and the school is there's no money for the schools. So, like, it's just a disaster. It's an absolute disaster over there in Brockton.
And I mean, they evicted Rita from the meeting very early on. Despicable.
Why wouldn't they? That's a smart play. Get her out. Think about that.
Yeah.
If you were anti-audit, put yourself in their shoes, right? Anti-audit, get that lady out of here. And when you see it that way, it all makes sense. And you just sit back and laugh. I laugh. It's not even worth getting upset about anymore. Just laugh about it.
Someone just said this is Kenneth, one of my good friends, said it's bumming him out. I mean, yes, but at the same time.
But think about it, right? If we're not, we don't do this for a living. They do. Like, they're professional people. And when we see that,
who's professional? Who's professional?
Exactly, right? And this guy's in charge of a building committee. That guy, Bob, he's in charge of a building committee. I'd be checking on that building committee and seeing what's going on with that. That's a great way to hide money. So they're intentionally doing this. So when you see it being done, and everything being done intentionally, to include John O'Keefe's investigation, that was intentionally not done correctly, right? They know how to do investigations. They didn't do it. They didn't walk in the house.
Right.
Listen, an accident is an accident. You bump into someone with a car. It happens. But when you promote Lank, when the paperwork in the lawsuit that you lost and paid millions to, when you part of that was this guy can never get promoted. When he gets promoted twice and he's making like what, $250,000? When he can't even, he's not allowed to investigate a death. And that's the whole kicker here. You ready for this? No municipality investigates a murder or suspicious death or hit and run. The state police are the only ones that do that. So we don't need detectives unless you want to find out who's breaking into houses or who's pushing drugs or whatever you're doing there. But still, there's no need to have detectives in these towns. So think about that next time your towns want to be, want to get money for more cops. Think about that. They don't do murders. State police come and take it over, and they make up the result as whatever they want today.
But let's just be totally frank here. That's terrifying because the MSP is like not the head of the snake, but it's higher up on the snake than Canton in terms of disgusting corruption and malfeasance, right?
Well, like Scott McGinnis says, right? It's the right arm of power. It's what is it called? It's that neo-Nazi type of
they're paratroop. They're paratroopers.
Yeah, the paramilitary arm of people with guns and badges and power. You know?
Tom, did you see or hear if the feds are in Canton?
And something like that, if that was going down, I ain't saying nothing.
They're everywhere.
I'm not risking. Listen, and guys, and think about this, right? We want to we're kind of dealing with some different type of people here, right? So
Absolutely.
we
It's in the
can't just
water up there.
we can't knee jerk reaction to stuff from now on. You know, I've come to that. The more I see it, they're playing chess and we're still playing checkers. We really can't do what we do anymore. We have to approach things differently. I
Do you
think
mean in terms of how we're speaking about it, or standouts, or how?
I'm thinking that. I'm thinking we go a little more. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but the way we're dealing, we haven't won a single thing here. You know.
Well, actually, wait, there has been a win. The SJC.
Okay. So you're gonna have what? 5 people or versus 1 people? Right? 5 judges or 1 judge listen to the appeal, right?
Yep. I
So
mean, it's
do you
something.
want 1 corrupt person or 5 corrupt people? You pick.
Tommy, I thought we were going to do things differently. Yeah,
Again,
right.
we need to think about what we're up against, right? It's a different game.
100%.
It's a bigger picture, right? But we what have we won? Right? We just got a year and a half later, or 2 years later, 3 years later, Sandra Birchmore, right? We just got the freaking thing turned over from suicide to a homicide. It just got changed. It took us that long to get it changed. It's obvious what happened to John O'Keefe. It's obvious the vehicle never touched him. The feds paid $500,000 to prove that did not happen. Did the state pay $500,000 to prove that it did? No, it didn't. So again, you know, we didn't win that one. We're going, you know, this has to stop. It's gotta, you know, there's something not right here. Something
So
wrong.
going back to the Canton, like the core of things, I think this is like it spreads out from there, and maybe the MSP is kind of steering around in that, dabbling, if you will. But I actually had a vision today, and it was horrifying to me to think the way those people were, well, not those people, 3 of those people in that audit meeting were conducting themselves this week,
Mm-hmm.
and the way they treat the women versus the men in those
Yep.
meetings,
Yeah,
and
unacceptable.
also the townies versus the non-townies, the McAlberts versus the real the non-evil people, the connected versus the not connected. It just dawned on me that, like, what do these residents, what do these people of Canton have to do? Is it going to come down to like riots? Like, and that's what came to me. I was like, do they have to?
Come on.
It's terrifying.
Come on. Keep going.
It's
Now
how,
go
like,
think bigger picture now. What do you do there? Think
mm.
you're getting it. Now how do you
And
approach
that
that?
fewer up here, it has to be like, that's when, a revolution, like, it's going to need a revolution, and the people, and that's terrifying. I mean, your peaceful standouts, the Free Karen Reid movement, peaceful standouts led by, Paul Christopher, Dina Corby,
That says so
Bobby.
much. That is the way to go.
Yeah, but I don't know if that, like, that doesn't, like, the haves, the townies, the people in Canton who are in that circle are absolutely Teflon coated. They do not see, they do not hear, and their behavior. Those 3 men in that meeting this week was abhorrent, and I'm watching from the other side of the world, horrified. Everybody is, and they're oblivious to it, or they just don't care. How,
Do
Tommy?
you want to know how horrific it is? This is the whole thing, and this is what made kind of turn my head. We have like the CPAC unit, the people that are in charge of investigating the murders and the accidents and the deaths. Oh, look at a good one. That unit, we have that unit investigating rubber ducks.
Right? Far out. It's the upside
And
down world, Tommy.
rubber ducks. We're looking at rubber ducks, and it took us how long to find out that Sarah and John and now Enrique. That this is so infuriating that it gets me deep inside, and I don't know I don't know how to say that this is wrong and it has to stop. I've said it and it's gone and it you know, it's so not right. And the poor people that are not here now. And that is just the biggest, like, the hit. And then you have Karen, who she's fighting for her life with everything she's got.
Literally everything.
Yes, it's not right. What if it was you? You're in
Right.
jail.
And it
You're
could
in
easily
jail.
be.
You're gone. See ya. Big house. And Aiden reports on all this and opens our eyes and says, "Hey, look at this. Look at this." And he didn't come out and say that, "Hey, blah blah blah." It's evolved into that. He wrote about. I remember that. Yep. Ugh. No.
Sorry, I just want to get Melissa asked, or Turd Ferguson asked, is Ben Berkowitz as corrupt as his dad, or do people just hate him for his last name? What do you think?
I think that's probably 90% last name. To be honest with you,
association's a bitch, right?
But it is. But I mean, think of the interaction people have with the police officers, and especially now that's going down. They're hiding. The police now are in their little caves where you're never gonna find them. They take their cruiser, they go in their pocket until the call comes in. They don't. That's it. They're hiding. The good ones are hiding. They don't want to say. That's right. They're hiding. If you look at all your towns, all the good cops, good cops are stepping back because they don't. They what do they got to do? They're not gonna fight because I mean, you can fight, you lose your paycheck.
Speaking of paycheck, gee, it's a good payday in Canton.
There's a reason that they're against the audit. You know how much money do you think has been confiscated and is inside that, evidence locker, or at least was inside that evidence locker? Think of the drugs that they confiscated that are in the evidence locker or should be in the evidence locker.
Right.
And then you have another town, Abington, and this is what the kicker is: the next town over. So we have Brockton on one side. The next side we have Abington. He was involved with Sarah Birchmore also. And the police chief said,
Tommy, you said Sarah. They got into your brain.
Sandra. I'm thinking
it's okay. They're fucking with our heads, Tommy. It's outrageous. Sorry.
I'm thinking of the lady that was in the pond for some reason. I keep going back to that.
So many damn bodies in Canton.
I don't. What the heck? The lady in the pond. How do you not know that it's a body? Have they thought about that lady in the pond could be maybe related to someone that's been missing down here, or someone up on the North Shore? Like, it's not. Hey, not is Mary next door? No, she's all right. Is she? Or you don't. There's somebody missing. Am I wrong?
No, I think one of the problems is both the MSP and the Canton Police Department, and I don't want to lump the other ones around in other towns into the same thing, but because they're so untouchable, because they're so skewed with their moral compass, they don't think of these victims, these people, these suspicious or mysterious deaths as being. It doesn't impact on them. They have no empathy, and that's really troubling. When it's police should have empathy.
How do they not know the person who's in the water? We know Craig Casey was there, right? Like,
right.
And we know the names of the people. We don't know this lady, and in that they were talking about two other bodies in that meeting that I had no idea about. What's this 95 body thing?
A body on I-95. They just threw those things out there like this is cover up again, Canton cover up. Why aren't we hearing about this? Well,
so everyone leaves a paper trail. Everyone has a digital footprint. There's no way you find a body and that person is it's nobody.
It's disgusting.
So there's so much, and it's and again, look at what we're dealing with, right? the town of Canton, they voted. The people of Canton voted to have this audit, and these people on the committee are going against that. And it's being allowed.
It's always the way, though, that the few, well, I would hope to think it's the few bad eggs, although they have a majority in those meetings every time, but the few bad eggs are ruining it for all the good people. But the good people, like, it would be, I can imagine it would be terrifying to speak out. I mean, if you're a woman in Canton, you're kind of screwed, aren't you, in terms of having a voice. The disgusting things that people say about Rita online, about, the treatment they get, the intimidation by the police,
Listen,
the way they're thrown out of meetings, voices shut down.
Kathleen Howley. Okay. I think that's who we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
She does so much for the town of Canton. She does. She does
Yes,
more
yes.
than the three guys that are there. She does more to them, and all three guys showed more disrespect to her than I've ever seen in my life.
When he called her Kathy, and she said it's Kathleen, and then he wouldn't even say Kathleen. He said Miss Holly, her surname. I was like, come on, like, these men are just disgusting.
And you know what? You're telling me that they don't know who she is?
They're on the.
They send emails back and forth. They're on the same email list. Come on, guys.
It's a disrespect. It's a misogynist disrespect towards women, like disregarding what her preferred name is. That's just standard.
So not right. It's
disgusting.
And so, and here's where I'm at, right? I hate to say it, but that's Canton. Yeah, I got assaulted that night. That's Canton, right? So when I go out and I film like the Statehouse, right? And I go and I film a standout for Karen, I want people to know that, listen, this is all who the good people are. These are the good people. So I try and get everyone's signs. When people hold their signs, I try, because people spend a lot of time on them, and they're all freaking amazing signs. They're so thoughtful. I love all the signs that people bring. So I try and get all the signs when I walk around with my camera. And if I can do that and just show the rest of the world, hey, there's another side over here, right? Not the whole Canton people, not the Boston people, not the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office people. You got the other people. You got us. We're the ones that are doing it. We're the ones that are the good people here. So yeah, there was a car accident, and then they couldn't find the body. And then the next day there was a body on the sidewalk, just like thing. Yeah, that was a whole thing.
Helene Rafferty said it wasn't a big deal. It wouldn't have made any difference at all to his survival or whatever had they found him when he first came. Well, I'm sorry, Chief Rafferty, but no. When they found, that's.
So here's the problem with this. The problem is location, right? They're saying that there were two people in that vehicle, and they're saying that the two people ran to a local house on Meadows Avenue, and that the person died inside Meadows Avenue, and they dragged him out back to the corner. That's where the whole corner thing went out. Got away with it once, we can get away with it again.
And
Just
around
put a body on the
from
corner. Yep, put it on the corner, leave it there, pretend it didn't happen. Nobody knows nothing. Canton police aren't going to do anything. State police aren't going to do nothing. It's wrong. Have a lady floating in a pond, you don't even know her name. Come on, stop it. Enough.
And that Craig Casey was around the corner from one of the select board members, right?
Imagine if that lady floating in the pond was one of these police officers' wives, right? Guy's got a girlfriend, wants to take out his wife, puts his wife in the water. No one's gonna say anything about it. No. Yeah. So I went to the there was a town meeting where they voted 903 to something, and as I was walking down with my camera showing the big huge line, out of the crowd comes this guy, and he hits me in the chest, and so I start going at it with him and screaming and yelling. It was the police chief's ex-brother-in-law. So it's still the chief of police's brother-in-law. So when he gets now I'm in his face. Now he's scared, and what's he do? He walks over to the police car and goes to sit in the front seat. So that happened on tape. That was live, and then it went to court. And he's also an emergency room. He's also a doctor in the emergency room, like this guy, the ex-brother-in-law. Yeah,
So,
he's a doctor in an emergency room at another hospital. Emergency room doctor. Same guy.
ugh.
So like we're talking about like this quality type of people versus these horrible loser type of people.
But they seem they those horrible people, the bad eggs,
Yep.
hold all the power and all the overseeing of the community in every way, financially, their safety, the policing.
There's a way. We're working on it. There's got to be a way. Maybe we go to like a new Proposition 2.5 or something like that, where it's a statewide mandate. You cannot increase town municipality budgets at all, something like that. Because like there's a time back in the Proposition 2.5 where they took money and set aside for schools to build new schools for all of us. So out of our taxes, they took 2.5% of it to put towards the school systems for education and blah blah. And then now we have the money. Then they took it, they moved it over here, moved it over there. They paid this person extra, paid that person so much money. The guy in charge of this was getting. So it ended up going to salaries, not going to the problem. Every town would have a brand new school for free if that was the case. The money's going to the people's paychecks, not the people's schools. That's the problem with Proposition 2.5. We need to rewrite a new one that says the money can only be allocated toward this in specific, and it can't go to town up, and can't go to budgets, can only go to equipment, can never go to a paycheck, can only go to equipment. Like stuff like that. We need a bigger law, a Massachusetts law we need versus, because there's no other way we can tame this. We have to break it so they can't take money. We have to make it so the money that comes in can only go to what its intended purpose is. It can't be.
Yes. So how does a town or a state go about affecting those changes? Is that someone needs to get in there? How do you need an advocate? Is it someone who's a state representative? How does it work?
You need all those lobbyists. You need all sorts of stuff to make that happen. This is just what I'm thinking. How do we get that money to be allocated towards specific things versus paychecks? Because the money's getting pulled out, going to paychecks, and that's what makes people corrupt.
Absolutely. But how do you at the policy level, at the law level, at state level, how does that, what's the roadway, the pathway to get that change to happen?
It's got to be a law. We have to pass like an amendment to
but
laws.
Does that mean you need to have a petition put in place to then lobby?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a petition, then it has to go on. I think it has to go on like during our elections, we have to approve it to be a ballot question, and then it has to go on the ballot, and then it has to be approved, and then it has to go through the Senate. Yeah, us two, we just hooked up. It's just the internet, power of the world, man. Isn't that something? That's a whole nother thing, isn't it? Oh man.
I'm going with Tommy to the red carpet when he's famous and a big film and documentary star. I'm on Tommy's arm. We're doing it.
Yeah. Already there. So yeah, so like there's something. I'm still thinking about it. But that audit the other night, that should never have happened. And that's just an embarrassment. I am just they said Sarah, it's just ugh.
And it's outrageous to think that they think that conduct was acceptable, and even the hypocrisy of Bob saying you're out of order, there's no, and he's behaving in such an out of order, improper way. It's not even funny.
3-2, shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be a shirt. It's gonna be a shirt. I'm telling you, someone's gonna make up a shirt or a sign. One of my protests, I'm gonna have a sign. Someone's gonna be 3-2, shut up, or something like that.
Good question. What does CPU stand for, Tommy? I've always wondered.
Central Processing Unit. It's the computer. It's the brain. It's the tower. So I was a police officer. I hated it because they're all corrupt and stuff like that. I'm seeing all this stuff, and I said I'm out. And I opened a computer company, and that was in 1997. And then in 1999, Y2K hit when they didn't think the computers would turn over to the new year. So that cemented me, and I'm check, good to go.
I remember that, Tommy. I was
Yep.
a McDonald's manager back in the day, and everyone and I used to work the overnight, so I was working for that overnight shift, and we
Yeah.
were all very concerned that the registers would all go down and
Yep.
and then nothing happened. Nothing
Nothing
happened.
happened.
We're showing our age, Tommy.
So
um,
yeah. And then that was
oh,
I got bored with that, and then I went back to doing biomedical engineering, which is fixing all the medical equipment. So I worked in all the hospitals, and I've dealt with the nurses, and I've dealt with emergency room doctors and stuff like that. So I fix all the equipment that they hook you up to when you walk into the emergency room.
and then I guess
Amy does stuff like that too. Amy's smart.
Amy's smart. We've got a lot of smart people in this community, in this little corner of the internet and the world and YouTube. So I like to sort of stepping back a little bit. I'm sure you've told it before, but what is your origin story for the channel? Did the channel and Karen Reed?
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about that. It, I shouldn't be here, by the way. I don't know why I am. I'm blessed, but it started when I think we were doing the Halloween party. We had a Halloween party for Karen Reed, and I think I went live with it, and it was like a big, huge hit. And I was like, wow. And then the audit that happened, and the guy come out of the audience, hit me. That was a whole thing on the internet, and like all of a sudden, there's 3 people in the mods that don't know what they're doing because we don't like it's all new to us. And then we have like 5,000-6,000 people in our chat. It was a disaster.
Yikes!
Oh, it was such an epic fail. It was one of the
And
best ever. There were like 30 people that had names. Turtle Boy. There were 30 different Turtle Boys, and they're trying to give each one of them a wrench, and they're taking over. Oh, it was a mitigated disaster. So that was fun. So like it's all learning. Like I had no idea. I don't know how none of this works. You know,
yeah,
I was
no, you
never
just work it
YouTube
out.
famous. You know, none of this happens. And then I started going live more often, and Karen and I went to one of her pretrial court dates, and I was just like, this is just so not right. And I met Scott McGinnis there too, one of the early ones. And then after that, I just said, you know what, I'm just going to go live from now on, and did it. So it's been a ride, man. It's been a ride, and I got the best people now. And I had to go through people to get people, and it's funny because the best people I have now, I have like the best mods. Scott, wasn't that awesome? I mean, that is awesome. Who else has that? Only I can get that. That's only where you only get that on Tom CPU. It was a mitigated disaster. It was awesome. But no, I mean, again, I have the best people behind me, and the people that watch me are the ones that I do it for. You know, I do it for the world, because the world needs to see that there's still good people out there, and that we're not the mob. We're not Canton. We're good people, you know? So the world needs to see that also.
Tommy, do you have that live still available publicly, or when you changed over from CPU to
Oh, I got
Seeking
that.
Justice channel?
I got
You
that.
got that.
I got that.
Miss Jess will have to we might do a live reacts to that. Could we do that, Tommy? Is that
Oh
all
my,
right?
you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. Listen, my mods could make you probably a 2-hour video of things that you couldn't believe. My mods. I had the McAlberts come and smack the phone out of my hand. Crash. Yeah.
Yes, we're here for it. Let's do it. Shelby,
Yeah.
I'll give that one to Shelby. She hasn't got enough to do at the moment.
I know, huh? And again,
Shelby, she's
thank
amazing.
you, Shelby. She's the best. She really is. She's great.
She really is. So
yeah. So I don't. I shouldn't be here. And
yeah,
here
okay,
I am.
yeah,
And I have you. And like you're on the other side. How would I ever know you? Those odds
so
are
cool.
0 unless you take the path that I took and the path that you've taken. And here we are.
And isn't it such an amazing feeling? I do feel like there's been this drawing in of like-minded people all around the globe, like a tightening of a net that's of goodness. Yeah.
You know what I call it? I say water seeks its own level. Water
Yes,
will always find its own level. If you're a good person, all the good people will come to you.
that's it. And also, it does attract the shits.
Yep.
Turd magnet also, but those ones fall away. You just got to be discerning with who you let into your orbit, and some of those people can be a little very clever and sneak on in, but they sort of self snitch pretty quickly, I think.
Miss Shorty, have you seen any of the Grant videos? Me and Grant?
No, have you got them now?
I don't think so.
Come on now.
Oh no,
Everyone needs a laugh.
you know,
Everyone needs a laugh.
Janetti.
Yes,
You know Michael Janetti?
yes.
Okay, he raps for me now. There was a time where he didn't, but now I got him rapping for me. So we've made progress on that in that front, the Janetti front. Just it's definitely been a ride. It's been a really crazy ride.
It has been. So I just one more question. Was it something like, because for you to be able to go and do everything you've done, boots on the ground daily, every court, every trial, everything in court for Karen, everything, you're there every day. Was it just happenstance that your real world life made way for that kind of coverage? Because but how did that work for you?
It's kind of the same. All right, this is gonna sound really strange. Same reason I don't have kids. I've helped more children than I would have been able to help if I had my own.
Yeah.
So the path that God puts me on, right? I just kind of go with it, and I've helped people save their lives. I've done all sorts of stuff. I got all sorts. So I'm just a wandering soul, and we just happen to bump into each other. And I got a camera, and and here I am, right? And how do I don't again? I told you I'm blessed to be here, as I'm blessed to have you guys here, right? I don't know why I'm here, but I am, and I'm myself, and I'm not going to be in somebody else. You'll find that out. And let's do something. Like, I'm good. I'm down. Let's go. What do you want to do? I mean, you guys tell me what you want to do when we're good. We'll go, right? Tomorrow there's a craft fair at the Star Drive-In. All proceeds go to Karen Reed. The lady who puts it on is fabulous. Her name's Erica. She does so much for Karen. So tomorrow I'm going to go and I'm going to film that. So look out for that tomorrow. I want you guys to go to the Star Drive-In if you're local. It's in Berkeley/Taunton area. It's off of Route 140. Really easy, great food. So yeah, animals love me too. That's a whole nother thing. Yeah,
Yes, I've noticed with all the
yeah.
dogs on everything. You say hi. It's
So
good.
again, one of the things I did, because the path I'm on, is I used to rescue animals for a rescue. I used to drive from Rhode Island to Texas. They used to pull dogs and cats from kill shelters. So I'd go down there, load the van up, drive them back to Rhode Island. They'd all get adopted out, get the money. They'd go send me back down. I went to Texas 3 times in 1 month, just getting animals, hauling them back and forth, back and forth. So I did the driving in the middle.
Tommy, you must have
Someone's got to
started
do that.
working. You must have started working when you were about 4. You can't be old enough to have lived all these careers and amazing things in your lifetime.
I grew up, my father owned an auto body business, so I grew up doing cars too. That's a whole thing. Yeah, Whitey. Go back up for a second.
Yeah.
Right? So Whitey, when they got Whitey, you guys all got to understand, right? When I was in I want to say I was 19, maybe it was 19. I was selling flowers in Southie. He would get the flowers and we'd sell them, and all the money would go back to him for the most part. So it was a quick scam. So they went and they arrested Whitey, or they went looking for him, and he took off, but they found him and they arrested him. Okay, and then they put him in jail and they murdered him.
Mm.
Right? They murdered the guy who runs the mob.
Yes.
The mob
And
murdered Whitey because when Whitey up and left, the mob kept running. Somebody stepped in and took over for Whitey, because that whole enterprise never stopped, because flowers were still being sold even when he left. Think about that. So, but here we are. It's all digital now. Yep.
So that's a good segue into Special Prosecutor Brennan.
I'm sure, no, I'm positive that they probably could have gotten somebody with a little bit more experience than this guy specifically. I mean, you have people that are 40, 50-year law people, that 75, 80-year-old people that'll come and take this case on and win, because it's just a simple hit and run. Why do you need the mob lawyer for a case that's so what? It's just a hit and run. It's not. What is it? What is this? Is this what? Murder of a president? Is that what this is? Is this what? Is this breaking into the Pentagon? Like, what is this? This is a hit and run. You're telling me you can't find somebody else that has hit and run experience more better than Brennan? Because Brennan was kind of, he defended Whitey, the guy that was accused of running a mob, not hitting somebody, right? Who did Whitey hit with a car? I mean, asking, right?
I was watching JFK the other night when they were talking about Brennan, and they were mentioning how he said that Whitey Bulger wasn't a rat and that he wasn't an informant.
So if you take a step back, think about it. You got Josh Levy against the mob. That's what it is. That's Josh. That's your job. Take down the mob.
Good against evil. I think good always wins in the end, but yikes.
I mean, think about it, right? Why does Josh Levy have all those text messages in regards to a hit and run? It's a hit and run. It's a hit and run. She hit him and ran. Well, right? That's what Karen Reed. That's what they said Karen did. They said Karen hit John and ran. Hit him and then took off, went back to the house. Right? Remember that? It's a hit and run. That's what this is. Why do we have this lawyer that was in charge of the mob doing a hit and run? Why does Josh Levy and the federal government have text messages over hit and run? It's a hit and run, guys. It's a simple hit and run. No, think about it. It's not. And they got to stop calling it for what it is. It's not a hit and run. It's this whole conspiracy thing. It's what it is.
So Ashley just asked a question. I think maybe it's important to clarify here. He's not getting hype because he defended a mob boss. The issue is that anyone who defends a mob boss is connected to the mob. This is the hype, right, Tommy?
That's how it is. It's how it is.
In Boston, particularly.
Of all places, right?
Mm.
Who can afford the best lawyer? The best person.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And also, who's got the connections to?
I mean, how many criminal enterprises were taken down when Whitey got arrested?
Mm.
I mean, the football cards still went out. Remember them? Used to do football cards once a week. Yeah. Again, it never stopped.
So, and also in terms of leaning on someone like, I don't know, Meatball Morrissey, who better to go, no. We're sending this guy, Morrissey, you'll be putting Brennan in place of Lally. This is what's happening. Shut this shit down. Morrissey, you fat turd. Like, you can't do this, mate. You're an idiot.
Nope. So the mob, that's the mob saying, listen, we got this. We'll take it from here. And they are. And yep.
Jesus, Tommy. So what does that look like? What do you think that looks like for the? Is it too early for you to speculate?
Again, we have to approach this differently. We have to think about how Joan, that's the only thing that I believe is relevant here. I really do. That is the only charge that this should be coming out of Josh Levy's office for any of these people at this point. Because it's a textbook. It's textbook. Yep. And let's look at John. Go down the next comment. Up, taunting the FBI.
Where did I put it there?
That could be it right there. That could be remember when
we dare you.
Morrissey asked Josh for what do you write? Give us the. He wrote them letters back and forth. Remember those letters that he asked them for? And look, Josh Levy's like, "Don't worry about it. We got this. We're not giving you nothing." This may be a tit for tat. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness, like a nuclear warfare thing between nations. Jeeps, that's
Yep.
crazy. So,
This is just
so
it's crazy. It's just there's so much. It's so much. Again, we shouldn't be here. We shouldn't even be talking. And here we are, right? And you know as much about it than the people that live in Canton. And nobody should, because it shouldn't even be an issue. It should never be a topic. We should be talking about playgrounds and schools, and they got a bigger school than us. That's what we should be fighting about.
absolutely.
Not happening.
And not speed humps in Canton either.
I know, like really.
I know John Como is keen on the speed humps. He's in that committee, but
and again, right? How water seeks its own level. Like John Como, who's out there all the time. You have this guy in Philadelphia, Flip a Joe. Boom. So we're blessed to have.
It's Joe Flipperhead in Philly. I thought he was from Florida because his accent is so Florida.
He's a Philly boy.
Oh, there you go.
Flipper.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yep.
He was
Did you see that last video he did?
I haven't. I've been so busy, but I did come up on my homepage. I'll have to watch it. Have you got it? You gonna put it on? Whack it on.
Listen, I watched it. I gotta find it again. Give me a second.
Yeah, all good. Let me see. Thank you everybody for being here. 135 in the house. Amazing. Have you hit the like button, shorties, and visitors? Hope you'll come back around. We've got a bunch of stuff always happening on weekends here. While Tommy's looking for this, let me do a quick spruik of my wares. So this is a free Karen Reid sticker that I designed myself. It's a vinyl sticker. I was touting as a bumper sticker, but it doesn't have to be. There's only now about 130 of these left. It's limited edition. If you would like one of these, I have 11 helpers in the US with thank you cards, pink thank you cards, pink envelopes, and a sticker ready to go, ready to post out. USPS is literal snail mail. So if you do get one, it might take a week or so to get to you, even within the States. Basically, all you need to do is make a donation, a direct donation to Karen's Defense Fund, and Adam's been dropping that in the chat. It's right there now. Or to her Venmo, or to her PayPal. Take it. So I don't touch the money here. Take a screenshot of your donation and send it to me. Either email me, DM me on Twitter, Facebook, wherever. I'll find you, and with your screenshot of your receipt and your address, your postal address, and I'll send it out to you. Kelly Reed has one. Karen has one. Just saying, just a little old lady in Australia. But so a $10 donation will get you one sticker, $10 to $49, $50 to $100 will get you 2 stickers, and over $100 will get you 3 stickers. So there's only about 130 left. We're up to almost $2,000 raised for Karen's Defense Fund. So get on it. It's a good cause. Something for your donation. I know lots of us, I've made donations myself. But if you would like a memento, a keepsake for your laptop or your car or your coffee mug or your Stanley cup, that's it. All right, Tommy, you found it?
Yeah, it's in the private chat.
Private chat. Lovely. Thank you. All right. Let me go back to StreamYard and present. Let's watch a bit of Flipperhead. He's good, man. I think he's the new Microdots, right?
Put them two together. I told you. That'd be amazing.
Amazing. Oh, where can I get rid of that? Why has it got no volume?
Full screen it. I think if you full, yeah.
How do I full screen it? Wait.
The bottom right-hand corner.
Oh, there, that there?
Right there.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Look at me doing it, Tommy. I'm such a good fish.
Rewind it.
Rewind it. Yes. Thank you. Yikes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's enjoy a bit of Flipperhead.
And
let's do it.
Volume.
Now, give the kid some room. He's taking over again. All right, go, go. Make it go. Let's go. Right on. Okay, babe.
Oh no. He's gonna hurt himself.
Yikes. Oh, Kristen. Kristen. Oh my God. What are we watching, Tommy? It's Tristan. It's Tristan Morris, Caitlin Albert's fiance. That's Tristan. Caitlin.
Yeah.
Caitlin's fiance. What a douche! I was surprised he's not wearing a watch with all of the impeachable stuff that.
A swatch. So our kid was swatch.
That's great.
Isn't he great? Joe Flipperhead.
He's so good.
We are so blessed. We really are. We have the best people. We really, really do.
He DM'd me about a week ago because he was making, I don't know if he's shown you, but a Betero bingo card, and he was like, Shorty, what are some Betteroisms? I'm like on the spot at work trying to think of Betteroisms. We came up with a full bingo card. He's so clever. He's so funny. What a douche. Yes, so that was great. A bit of lightheartedness there. So tell us about the standout at the Statehouse. It was epic.
Oh, that was just, again, we have the best people. There were a lot of people there in the middle of the week, almost in the middle of the day, and it's no parking. You have to pay to park. So all these people still came in, and I'm again speechless. I have no words for the wonderful people that we have on our side who support the right thing to do, regardless. I mean, Enrique, the poor guy. You're telling me that was a boxing accident? You see the mark on the shoulder here? It's from being held right here.
And 3 broken vertebrae, all his teeth kicked in. Broken leg.
Massive brain damage. Massive brain damage. Unacceptable. That's in the academy. Now, granted, I heard that they were trying to do like a drill where it was multiple people on you, which could happen. So, I mean, I think that's more an advanced course. Maybe you need to work your way up to that. I don't know, but
I mean, but you put into that the fact that what I've heard is that he was messaging a friend about what he was experiencing, the treatment he was being subjected to within that training group, and that he didn't want to worry his parents. So I mean, that all there is inculpatory stuff. That there was, there was malice and intention there. Absolutely.
You know what makes me cry is the fact that he wanted it so bad, he put up with it and he stayed there. That's how much he wanted to be a trooper. That shows you the character of person that he is, to put up with all the harassment. And I mean, unless you've been there, you don't get it. Like when everyone else is doing push-ups, the guy next to you is like doing the girl ones. So he's on his knees doing like half push-ups where you need to be straight and they're on top of you and you have to do 3 more because you didn't do 1. And I mean, stuff like that, right? when they target you, he put up with all that, and he still stayed in it, and he wouldn't quit, and they freaking took him out. That's just so not right.
Disgusting.
It hurts me. It hurts me inside, And then for them to use the family at a press conference like that, come on. There's not even a Spanish interpreter. They're standing there. They have no idea what this guy's saying. Like, come on. I'm sorry. You can use Google Translate. Do something. Something.
And the hubris.
These are the smartest people we have running the county, running the budgets, running how much money is that guy in charge of? This guy, Joe Early, he's in charge of the DA's office over there, right? Come on. And
the fact that read the room, Mass State Police, like read the room. They with everything that's going on right now, the spotlight is on Norfolk County, on Massachusetts, and on Boston, and on the policing, the justice system there, and they still decided to one assumes, I guess, not even allegedly, this is a fucking cover up, Tommy. Like, what? And how dare they? The hubris, it's despicable. Did they think we're stupid?
Yep. And they have just that lack of disregard for us.
And for the families, again, I go back to my comment before when we were talking about the mysterious and concerning deaths and the lack of care shown within Canton for bodies appearing, that they don't see these people, these victims of either crime or just bad shit happening to them. They don't see them as people. Same with Enrique, or his family. Disgusting.
I'm on the state police website and I don't see anything about him. Now, didn't they swear him in before he passed away? So he was a trooper, correct? He was one of these people. He was one of them, right? He was one of these people, and I don't see a thing about them on this page. Not a single freaking word about that. And he was one of them, right? That whole picture with the badge next to his hand. State police, really, guys? Really, guys?
Too little.
Sorry,
too
guys.
Late. No good.
Heard nothing. So, in any criticism they get, they deserve it all. They deserve it all.
So, how do you think? Is it possible for upheaval within the Mass State Police as an organization? Is that doable? Not a short-term fix, obviously, but what do you think that looks like, Tommy?
No, I don't. I don't think that they're able to fix it themselves. They're in it. It's their paycheck. They're not going to cut their own job.
But organizationally, like who oversees? Is that the Attorney General? Who oversees the Mass State Police?
The governor.
The governor. And
Maura
that's Maura Healey. Yes. So it's also intertwined, Tommy.
We should send her to California. She'd be great out there.
Oh, send her out into the ocean, I reckon.
Yep.
Did she address y'all at the standout in any way? Did she come out and take photos this time?
She wasn't even. I don't think she was even in Boston at the time. I don't think she was even there. But it doesn't matter. We're there to let the people know, and that's exactly what happened. The people that were going by, the tourists. There were a lot of people that are from out of town that didn't know about Karen Reed, and they know now. There's a lot of people that know now, and again, getting that word out to the world. Hey, take a look at this. And when the people look at the whole thing, to include the audit meeting, right? To include that, you just got to sit back and say this whole thing is just a joke. It really is.
It's ludicrous. It's going to be an epic. It can't even be a movie, Tommy. This has to be like a mini series or a full Netflix series. Wild.
It really could be. And I have all the video. If there's any independents out there that want to make some money, I got all the video you need.
Adam, looking at you. What is that? Where is this? Show this. Joan says at this point the National Guard needs to step in. Is that something
that's like the military? That's our military,
yeah.
But it's like the people that the reservists. They need to come in and do that. Yes, they can take over.
And who would direct that? The president?
No, it'd probably be chief of staff. would never get
Okay.
to the president. The president would tell him to do it, and then it'd be like the person below him, not the vice president, like chief of staff or something like that. Maybe a general. It comes down to like the Katrina disaster when the levees broke and it wiped out New Orleans. Well, our law enforcement's broken. We got to wipe it all out and start from scratch. And here's
That's
the
what.
problem: is
Yeah.
the people that are there. You can't trust the people that are there now because what is happening is involving the people that are there now. So you need to start completely over.
That actually was what I was going to liken it to. Is I do know from even
And
over here that when something big disasters happen in your like the natural disasters that the National Guard is sent in to oversee. Was for the rioting and the looting? Yeah, the National Guard came in and took over. Is that what that was for Katrina?
yeah, yep,
Mm.
they came in. They were the police force. They were the rescued people. They were 911 for the most part. They took over. This is our responsibility.
Right.
So like, there's a solution. You go to Northeastern, you go to all these big colleges that have law enforcement in them, and you take everyone that graduates and you go by their scores and you go by their tests and you go by their written practicals and you go by their abilities. And those people are the ones that you replace all these police troopers with. You do one whole year, all these recruits, everyone that's graduating, you take and you throw them in, and you get the old people everyone that's in here, you're gone. New people come in, replace the old people. So you have a continuing college-based, educated law enforcement coming in every year. You're getting a new batch of people coming in. They're going to college because they want to be, not because they know somebody, but because they want to do the right thing. That's a whole different, that's a whole different thing. It's not a job. It's a career.
So Tommy, chat's saying that it goes state by state for National Guard. Thanks, Adam, and
Does it?
and Washbar one, which means it goes back to Maura Healy again. So this is outrageous.
Again, I'm trying to think of how we cut their money supply off, right?
Right.
I mean, this again, we shouldn't be thinking of this. We should not be in this upside down world that we're in. It's not right.
Mm.
Up is down, down is up. Listen, you have a 60-year-old lady floating in a pond at a golf course and nobody knows nothing. And then you have just bodies on the side of the highway. Like, no. None of this is right. None of this no.
Kelly Reed's in the house. Tommy, hi, Kelly.
Isn't she great?
She is great. Love me some Kelly Reed all the time. She'll
probably be there tomorrow, maybe
at the Star.
Karen was on the phone waving at everybody. If you saw that, she was people that were there. They were going back. Wasn't that something? That was like so touching. That she's that close to all the supporters, and they're all talking back and forth. That was wonderful. That was one of the best things I think I've captured ever on video.
Amazing. The energy there was so incredible because I woke up at my normal wake up time to you guys. I think I started watching your stream when Rita was speaking, and it was just so impressive. Such a strong force, a strong show of support, and I thought, what sort of numbers were there? It felt to me before I saw, but the energy that was coming through the screen felt like hundreds.
Oh, it was good. It was there, and Nathan's always there too, by the way. So like he's there.
Well,
but
Nathan spoke, yeah.
Yeah. The energy was different. It was more these people, they weren't angry, but they were more committed. They were more resolute, like determined, like that's all right. Let's, because Enrique had just happened. And it's just, he's still fresh in our heads as John. And so we're all there, and they're, what's the word I'm looking for? Committed. I mean, they're more determined now. And that audit meeting, it's just like, okay, Now it's just funny to us. Like, because we already made that switch has already been made. It's already a joke to us, these people.
I guess you can't. I mean, the fury, incensing to rage would overcome you if you didn't take it the other way and just go, "This is laughable," and we'll have to handle it regardless.
Exactly.
But we have to come at it with
That's the word.
some incredulity and lightheartedness, if that's even possible in this situation, because it will destroy you all. I mean, this is terrifying. Like in terms of Karen Reid and her, the injustices being served up to her, Sandra Birchmore, Craig Casey, it's the ripples and ripples all the way to the state. And so I think maybe that's why this is getting bigger and bigger, not just the Free Karen Reid movement, but the movement against corruption, because
Yes.
everybody's starting to really realize that this is affecting everyone, not just Karen Reid. And obviously
Exactly.
that's an injustice in itself.
That's the point where it's turned, where now we're encompassing all these people together. Okay, Karen now is the poster child of the one that God forbid she went in that house.
Ugh, I can't, Tommy.
That's what keeps me up at night. That type of stuff. What if she went in that house? What would we be at?
I might just, I've been dropping in the chat for it just while Kelly Reid said this. Thank you for standing out in Australia. Our family loves the pictures and the support. You're absolutely welcome, Kelly Reid. Ashley Bourne is in the house. He was there with me. I have plans, Kelly, for the 10th of November is going to be what I'm rallying for in Australia, the next standout. I'm going to try and get more locations, more people to each location. We had a really amazing standout in Tasmania and a few other solo people. So anybody in Australia or around the world. So Paul Cristoforo is looking after the US and his crew. I'll do the rest of the world, y'all. I can do this. So if you're anywhere in Australia, anywhere in the world, you don't need, it was just me and two other people in Melbourne, but it you got to start somewhere. So 10th of November, save the date, anywhere in the world, 10 a.m., wherever you are, a sign out the front of your house, a drawing in the sand, I don't know, like anything,
any support.
Any support. And that's how the Free Karen Reid standout started. A handful of people in Canton itself, or is that right? Yes, or in Dedham. Anyway, yes, and look where it is now. So we need to do this. Oh, Kelly, and we love our stickers. Oh my goodness, I was just talking about them before. Here's the stickers. Kelly has one, Karen has one. Direct donation to Karen's Defense Fund or her Venmo or PayPal, $10 minimum. Email me or connect with me somehow with your receipt and your postal address, and it's yours. There's only 130 left. Get on it. So yes.
Yeah, that standout's going to be something. The last one was just, I was amazed at how, I mean, we're global. This thing is global now, right? And Karen is the face of all of this now, right? So
she is the poster child. And what better woman? I love that it's a woman. I love that it's a woman.
Are we
I
not
don't love that it's I don't love that Karen's going through this and her family.
Not even a little bit. But if it was anybody, I don't think I could pick a better person. The poise, the grace, the courage, the determination, the drive she has. Every time I've seen her, she's working. Every freaking time she's in front of her desk with papers all around her. Every time.
It gives me chills. It gives me chills, Tommy. Even like I'm getting all emotional.
So yeah. So she's kind of the but stand out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Star Driving, bud. The craft fair.
There's another one.
I don't know, but what's the other one? Where's that, Scott?
Scott, what are you doing? Where's Paul Cristoforo?
Yeah, so again, like this whole thing has been around the world. If there's anyone out there, and another thing that's great is when I go on YouTube, I turn it on, and across the top of my screen, can't read. It's all these people that are tearing apart this part of the transcripts and this part of the testimony and this part of the video, and then everyone's taking a different piece of it and tearing it apart. Have you noticed that? That's the coolest thing in the world to see. every different piece of it, all these different people, some of them never heard of. If there's anyone out there that wants some information in to start doing Karen Reed or Joe Flipperhead or Microdot, stuff like that, I mean, I can direct you to where to go to get that data to make whatever it is you want to make, because we got some really good people.
Adam, could you please just Google Karen Reed standouts, Adam, and drop the link? I've got a link, but I have to go to the website to do it. It hasn't copied properly for me. So if anybody wants to know about where existing standouts are and when, or if you want to start your own, which is what I did, I just contacted on that page. It's Paul and Dina and Bobby, and said, here's what's happening, and then give them the details. Easy peasy. But if you're wanting to join an existing one, that's where you're going to find all the information. They're updating it all through the day, every day. And if you want to start your own, just do it. Look, we can use our voices and our passion to make change and to get awareness and to show our outrage, but also our support. It's so important. Thank you, Adam. He's good. So, Tommy, what's next for you? Do you still got are you going to be a big deal? Is your footage all going to be being a big deal?
It depends on who wants to take it, and I had people come and approach me, and they wanted to see what I had for some footage. So papers went back and forth, and they have some footage.
Congratulations.
So we'll see. They may never use it, but they got what I have. So now, if there's anyone else out there that wants to make a movie or miniseries or a book, plenty to write about. There's so much here. I can give you 8 different angles, and each one of them is just blow your mind. The people that you've met just from the movement, that's a whole book in itself. You know,
yes.
just what they're doing to Karen and what she's up against. That's a whole book, right?
Yeah.
Just the bodies that end up in Canton, just the aliens. That's the only thing I got is aliens. They come in to put people in Canton. That's it. You're going to Canton tonight.
I know someone, Adam Drives Helen, who's a videographer and a filmmaker, who that's what he does for a video editor. So maybe my people could talk to your people, Tommy, and he might be able to put something together as well. He's very good. He did the video for my intro song. Just in a couple of
matter of fact, I had a whole thing about your intro. Yeah, I love it. Good job on it.
Yeah, Turd Ferguson, aka Melissa Asylum, wrote it and made the music part of it through AI, and then Adam did the video. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, what have we got? Has anybody got any questions for Tommy, or me? Yes, Tom. Kelly says you deserve it for Karen, for Turtle Boy, and for Sandra. You are a rock star. You are.
And
Tommy.
then Aiden. Think about that story. The guy that breaks the biggest news thing of the biggest thing in the world. He lights the friggin' bomb that we're looking blow. He lights this thing, right? And they arrest him. Okay. I can kind of see that, right? It makes sense. All the sense in the world now, doesn't it? He lit that fuse. Take him out. Shut him up. Stop this explosion. It was this big. Now yeah. So
the penny just only dropped for me with Aiden and with the fake victim. That not only, I had only ever thought of her being in the pocket of Mass State Police after the fact, but it only just dawned on me this week. I can't remember who it was. It might have even been you, but someone on YouTube was saying no. She was in their pocket before that. She was a plant. She was there to derail him. It was a bigger picture than just, let's arrest him afterwards.
Well, think about this.
Allegedly.
If for whatever reason she ever got arrested by the state police, for whatever reason, they got her nudes, not Aiden. They have them. That's what you need to know about that, because the state police have been through every single female's phones looking for nudes. That's it. Not evidence, just nudes. That's the state police. And that's Mr. Garino for you. Mr. Garino, who's in charge of all the cellular data, right? Mr. Garino, you sign the phone in, right? You go through the phone looking for the nudes and stuff like that, buddy. Is that what it is? Is that your job? And then he sends them to Proctor, and Proctor forwards them to wherever they got to go. That's the fact.
Young Black Economist made a comment before, and I put it up on the screen, but it's gone. I didn't star it, silly me. But basically, and I have a huge problem with this, but misogynists need to be taken out of yes, misogynists need to be taken out of these positions of power, and I think that's a worldwide problem. But the nudes thing, the disrespect shown to Karen throughout, as a woman with health problems, as a private citizen with rights.
There's nothing anybody could ever say to make that right, ever. Nothing makes that right, ever. And again, is Karen not the poster child for what they did and what they do?
She encompasses all of it. Yeah,
yes.
All of it. The injustice is not just the legal injustice; it's the personal injustice. It's, I mean, the financial. You know, they're basically trying to drain her, milk her dry. It's
absolutely, it's so not right.
So not right. Oh, Nick Francis is in the house. Good, welcome, Nico. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Ernie said before she doesn't have any problems. She just loves us both. So there you go. Problems. She doesn't have any problems. She doesn't have any questions. It just, she loves us both. So that's so cute. Okay, so the mob's in, right? The mob's in. They're going to take things over. Do you think there's going to be? Do you think that this is going to go to trial? We have no hope that Brennan's going to go, nah, calling it, can it.
Well, you can only hope, right, that Josh Levy's going to come in and Rico this whole situation. Boom, right? He has the ability to have names, places, specifics. Like he can have your cell phone in a phone call. Yes, I will absolutely be there, Amy. Yep. So if there's any nefarious going on, and Josh Levy if that comes in front of him, I feel he will do the right thing and prosecute that. Now, with that being said, the whole RICO thing, it's well, without a doubt, 100% valid here in this case with the level of corruption. It's a RICO case. It's what RICO is about, and we're in it. We're living it. We're in the middle of it, but we're watching justice work. Josh is collecting all his information, all the people that are connected. We want to, if you have cancer, you want it all out. You just want to go grab the big mass in the middle, right? You want to get all of it, every little bit of it, right? Every freaking cell you want to get out of your body, right? Right, yeah. So I think he's doing that because that's what this is. It's a cancer on society. And I don't think he wants to miss any cells. And I think he doesn't want to, include cells that don't belong to be included.
That's a really good analogy, Tommy. That's a really good analogy. I like that.
He's got the scalpel. I don't know what else to say. He's making them cuts, and we got to have faith that he knows this is good, this is bad, this has to go, this has to stay. He's the surgeon, right?
I wonder whether what he's been gathering for, I feel before Karen's case, or the murder of Officer John O'Keefe, I think it was pre-existing that. I wonder how close to that coming of the two, the good and the evil, whether it's going to collide and the shit's going to hit the fan before January 27th, whether Morrissey and his mob man are going to push the trial back a little bit, and then that might, for whatever reason, that might give Josh Levy time to finish gathering everything. What do you think?
So there was a comment I saw. Sydney Stu, the mob never left. They just got hired as town cops and town leaders.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Right.
That's the reality we kind of living in. I don't know. I think again, do we want Josh to take action and stop what's being done, right? because Enrique was like the last straw, like that, right? Or, at that point, everyone now is saying, stop, enough, no more, right? Karen was one thing, because that's just everything else led up to Karen and John.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Enrique on top of that. Now everyone's like, wait a minute, we asked you to stop with the whole Karen thing. And here we are. It didn't. So either he has to come in and take them all out, or we kind of not going to get rid of it, right? So, I mean, I was told that there's people in Rhode Island that are working on a Massachusetts case. And I'll leave it at that. That's what I was told. Because you can't really do an investigation in state if you go home and your next door neighbor is one of the dudes you're investigating. That has conflicts of interest in in itself. So if you take it out of state, then you have less similarities with people that make phone calls. And
I guess, and that's the essence of the issue within Canton on a smaller level is that the police are the next door neighbors, and the corrupt ones are overseeing the whole everything.
Yep.
Horrifying. Hey, so we play Flipperhead's video again because it was pretty cool.
That guy, I tell you, he's got talent.
He's like, even since he started making videos, a few months.
Yeah.
His technical prowess is just
spot
incredible.
on.
He's honing his talents, his skills, and it's such a delight to watch, isn't it? It's wild.
It is. It is. Again, we're blessed to have that talent on our side, right? We got you, we got him, we have all these other people that are out there that are all on the same side, and we all want the same thing, right? Let's fix what's broken and move on.
Play, y'all. Wait, share screen, Lisa.
That video is getting blasted. I don't even want to know the traffic that video itself is getting. It's amazing.
Oh, now it's giving me the wheel of death, Tommy.
Oh no.
Play. Wait, let me refresh. Plug it in, pull it out, plug it in.
There it is. Refresh.
Oh God, now I got to do all the things, Tommy.
You know how to go.
Yes.
Again. All right, go. Take it going. Let's go. Right on. Okay, man.
Oh, Jill Daniels, wow.
Clevin.
His nipples. He's still got nipples.
He's a bra.
Oh. Someone feed that crazy lady. Chris Albert.
Yeah.
I don't care, Scott. Yeah. Give me a strike. I'm down.
Matt McCabe.
Yeah, right, Adam. Fuck 'em.
Amazing. So
Oh,
great. So great.
oh, so good.
But at the
I
same time,
mean,
he's made videos that have like just totally rewrote the narrative completely. So I mean, for him to be
absolutely.
able to do something like that to make us laugh, and at the same time say, "Hey, wait a minute, he's right. Look at that. Look at what he just saw." You know, he has that ability to do both. And again, we're blessed. We really don't know how good we have it on this side. I mean, the other side, look at what they got. They got the mob, and
Mm.
I mean, So yeah, so the more public I am, the harder it is going to be for them, for me, and for Aiden. Listen, you need to listen and attend his court hearing coming up. I don't think you understand what data that gentleman currently has. I don't like. He said it once. Once. I'm not going to repeat it, but you need to hear it. It's gonna
Mm.
blow you away when you're like, wait a minute, what did he just wait? What? So either he walks in and they say trial's over, or he walks in and like he just gonna throw some more gasoline on that thing he started. Because that's what's gonna happen. You wait and see. He's got that type of stuff. You ain't stick that whole thing. It's no. It's bigger. It's going to go bigger. Yeah.
I just can't envision how a retrial looks. I can't envision how the Commonwealth can, like, it doesn't compute, how do that, it's wild. I think there's something big coming, Tommy.
Well, one of the things that got me when Brennan made the statement, he made a comment about like outside influences. If he's talking about us, I don't think he realizes what outside influences really are, because we really haven't been like hard on anyone, really. Like we're kind of spreading ourselves out amongst how many things, right? Right? We're spreading ourselves out from what we got 3 years of bodies we're trying to deal with here, right? I mean, how many bodies are there in the last 3 years in Canton? Just Canton, right? Does
So
this
many
happen?
drunks in Canton.
But does this happen in what, Norwood? Does this happen in Gloucester? The
We need
fishing
a status.
capital of the world. I mean,
We need someone to do a. If someone could do like I'm not that person, to do a bit of a statistic check to see what the
yeah.
statistics are for unexplained deaths, or bodies appearing in public places or relatively public places in towns around that county and the state.
Well, here's the problem that they're going to have. Okay, if the police chief, for example, in Canton, if somebody walks in with their daughter and their daughter says, "I was raped by this person," and the chief says, "No, I think you initiated it," and says, "Get out of my office," then that rape's not reported. So you can't have it to look at to put in your statistics. That's the problem Canton's having right now. That you have a young lady walked in to report a rape, and the chief of police automatically says, I don't believe you. Get out of my office."
Mm. Well, misogyny again, yeah, and misogyny and untouchable, and not connecting with the victims as being human victims they're just they're
Not the right
what are you?
people for the job. They're not the right people
No,
for the job. But there they are. They were the ones in power, right?
those stats will be hard to read once they're inverted, right?
Listen, we won't talk about it. We'll just have to deal with it, right? And just not even acknowledge it. How is that evidence not? It's tampered evidence. They tampered with the evidence. The evidence is specifically, you can't touch it. It's backwards. It's tampered. It should never be allowed into evidence. It should never be shown. It's not legitimate evidence. But again, Jen Weeks, part of Whitey's crew was Weeks, I believe. So I don't know if they're related. Do you know that? Anyone know that? They need to do family tree on that really close, because it's not. No, the one above it. I saw someone said one of Jen's family members worked for Whitey back in the day. Do I know anything about it? Yes, there was someone that worked for Whitey that had the same last name, Weeks, same as her maiden name. A lot of people,
I
yeah.
can't find it. Sorry.
Yeah, they said
Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, what? Jennifer McCabe is not related to Kevin Weeks.
not related.
Same-
Okay, so
same
they
gender.
already did family tree and it didn't work. Yeah, Glenn. Sorry, it's just it shouldn't be allowed. That
So that's what I'm saying, though, Tom. Now that like we, the world, the people, also the potential jury pool,
Yep.
knows all this. This is, you can't unring that bell. How do they prosecute this again with all that? It's like there has to be something big coming, something wilder. Wilder. Is that possible?
Listen, unless Auntie Bev's on is the same judge, unless that happens, I don't see how another judge looks at the evidence and allows it and disallows it, and think of the stuff that hasn't been brought in, that wasn't allowed to be brought in. It's a tough one. And then they said that Karen was not guilty on 2 of the 3 charges, but the 3rd charge involved one of the other charges, so it didn't make sense. So it was almost as if somebody was intentionally trying to give them a hung jury, hoping that it would go away, but it didn't. Yeah.
Someone just told me super chats aren't working. Sorry, Frank Zell, friend of this channel, told me super chats aren't working. That's annoying. But if you are trying to super chat me, it's the thought that counts, right? And if you're not, why not? And there's always
like and share. Come on, like
and
share.
share. Yeah.
Come on now.
Leave a comment after the stream has ended. That helps get the stream out into the algorithm. And I do have a buy me a coffee, but I'm not here for the money, Tommy. Neither of us are. We're here for the clout, right? Oh no. For seeking justice. We ain't got no grift, Tommy.
That's a good one. I didn't hear that one before.
Oh, that's a shortyism. That's one of mine. I put it all
Like
the time
that.
up in Betteros or anybody like basically when they're accusing us of being grifters.
I like that.
We ain't got no grift. We got no quit or grift. You don't. I don't. I mean, I got more grift than you, but
I mean,
I hope you're working on.
You think about it, right? It would never equal out. The time versus risk versus reward is negative, whatever, But yeah, there's a lot of wrong out there, right? And we need to kind of take it with a grain of salt, even though it kind of hurts us. That Enrique thing, that I took a day off because of that.
Yes. Yes.
That was horrific. I can't.
Nurse Kim was sobbing on her stream many times. And for anybody, again, back to that grift thing, anybody saying that, and I mean, I can't speak for all of the creators in the Free Karen Read movement and this little corner of YouTube, but all of us feel this deeply. Hey, Aussie Insider, good to see you. Aussie's in the house.
Oh,
y'all.
she's great. I love her stuff.
She is great. She's amazing. She's a top.
Again, are we not blessed? We have people like her take the time and puts it out there in a way that we all get it, right? We don't need charts and graphs. It's just simple. Here, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tragic. I mean, anybody who dies, full stop, is tragic. Anybody who dies in an accident, tragic. At the hand of another, tragic. In a training environment with a cover up, just unfathomable, right?
And of all people, right? He's dedicated his life to helping other people. This kid.
Yes.
That's the goal of being a police officer. That's why you be a cop. Just for that reason.
And the shining light of his family also, they are, and we're so proud of him for
doing it.
For doing it, taking a hold of the American dream as an immigrant family and going with it. The Bronx has your back, Pastor Pepper says.
Thank you.
Yes.
Love it. So it's that. Wait till you hear the other stories that come out about him. It's gonna hurt even more, He was the right
And
person for the job, right? And they didn't want him. He was probably
well,
not
that just
comfortable. So
absolutely, that says a lot about the organization, the Mass State Police, and the culture there. It's despicable, really.
you know what I fear? You know what I fear? I fear that 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 he was such a good student at school that Josh Levy would approach him and say, "Hey, listen, you're gonna work for me, and this is what we're gonna do." Because he's the guy that I would choose. He would graduate like almost top of his class.
2
And then,
weeks, Tommy. 2
yeah,
weeks.
there's a lot that I think, and I don't want to think it that, God forbid they ever thought that he was like a rat or something like that, and they beat him up because of that, and they busted his chops every day because of that, because he worked for the victim's witness advocate and didn't have, the right background, didn't come from the right connected people. He wasn't one of them McAlberts. He was someone that earned it on his own. And no, this you don't no, you're not part of one of us. You're not corrupt, right? Because he wasn't that. He was not like the rest of us. Or he wasn't like them. And I think they took it out on him because that he was that different. He wasn't corruptible. I think he wanted to do the right thing. He had the right heart in it, and I think that they didn't like that because he wasn't corruptible, and they beat him up for it. That's my fear. God, I mean, it could have been just an accident. I mean, absolutely. I unfortunately, I hope it was an accident. If it wasn't an accident, then we're gonna have problems with that. That's, it's just I can't see it being an accident, being through the same boxing regiment that he went through. It just doesn't happen.
Tommy.
It doesn't happen like that. No,
it's not an accident. Not a broken leg. Not in a supervised situation. If it was during training hours, as they're saying it was, then that's a supervised thing, and then that's negligence or worse on the part of the trainers and the supervisors. Disgusting.
Again, one of the first reports out was that they had video of Karen backing into John. First reports out we hear, but they got video of the whole entire incident, right? Same narrative. Got video of the whole entire thing. Don't worry about it. We got it. Makes you all right. No one will question it. Now, just like Karen, right? Go down the road. We'll wait a year and a half, and they'll say, well, we were incorrect. We were given some incorrect information. They'll make a retraction on that too. It doesn't matter when it first gets out there. The mainstream media reports what the state police tell them to report. Here, this is what you say. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I just hope that is not the case. I really, really, really hope that's not the case. I hope it was an accident. If it was anything, because anything other than that it's intentional. It's not an accident. It's intentional. So it's one or the other. I'm hoping for one, but in my heart, in my brain, it doesn't fit. It just doesn't.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all. I feel almost like, as with Karen being framed and treated despicably, and the injustices there, and she's the poster child for that. I feel like maybe Enrique's death will be a similar kind of catalyst for change. And while it's absolutely tragic and unacceptable and devastating, it may well be that from that tragedy, it does actually spurn something epic. That can, I mean, his death won't be in vain. Disgusting and tragic, obviously. Rest his soul. But
Sandra was pregnant with a little baby. Had a baby, and they don't even mention that. That was a double homicide. So there's still people being forgotten in this whole thing.
Well, not when there's voices like us out there making sure their names are spoken, their names are said correctly. Sandra Birchmore, Bob, not Sarah. That their memories are, say her name, and finally now they are saying her name, and they're not even saying it properly.
And
This is just disgusting.
We got a lady in the pond with no name. How? I thought we were beyond that, right? Like, I can't. So yeah, I can only do what I can do, right? And if what I can do is hold the camera and bring my perspective from behind the camera to the rest of the world to let the whole world see it, then I'm all in for that. Because, you know, the people that are on my camera are the best people we got. And I'm proud to show them to the world, because I'll put my people against the bad people any day of the week, and my people will always win.
Well, good always does win over evil. It may well sometimes take a while to preside, but I do believe that that all this light being shone into Massachusetts, and the tragedy and the shock and horror of it all is going to eventually, I don't know how long it's going to take. It's curious to me, but I think it's going to work out in the end. But God, you poor people being treated like this, all of you.
And, you know, every day I wake up, because there's going to be a day where I don't, right? That it's going to happen to all of us, right?
That's
It's
life.
happens. It's life, right? But I
Mhm.
woke up today, so I do something I can do for good today, and I worry about tomorrow when I wake up. So
Yeah.
tomorrow, if I wake up tomorrow, we're going to Star Drive-In. Going to go do some video there, and everyone should come down to the Star Drive-In, support Karen. Oh, did you hear about our scavenger hunt thing we're doing?
No.
Oh, I'll have to let you know about that. There's a scavenger hunt thing. We'll probably take you with us. We're trying to get
Yes.
there's a team together. There's a team. You get teams. So Shelby.
I love being on a team. I love being teams.
Yeah, we'll get But yeah, there's a whole scavenger hunt too that's going on. So yeah, so there's people that are out there that are doing the stuff to bring us all together as a group. And I think now that the recruit has happened, a lot more people have looked at the whole picture, and they're welcoming, encompassing everything. All of these people that aren't here now are all important to us now, not just individually, but as a whole. And I think that in itself is easier for people to get behind and go forward with. So it's easier to see too.
Well, Tommy, listen, I hate to love you and leave you, but because I am, according to Adam, the hardest working YouTuber on YouTube, I've got another stream coming up in a couple of minutes with Lori Life 360, who is a
Nice.
beautiful, radiant person across all of this corner of YouTube. She's a glorious delight. So I'll have to sign off, but thank you so much for coming
My
on.
pleasure. Anytime. You know, the world
Yes.
isn't that big anymore, so don't be a stranger. You get no excuse.
Oh, I'm getting a shirt, Tommy. I'm in the game. I'm absolutely.
I was going to tell her about later on, but she's getting a shirt. Part of the group. Can't leave
I'm part
now.
of the group. I live here now.
Hey, this is good. We like this.
I just got to get myself over to the States, Tommy, so I don't have to deal with this ridiculous time zone difference, because it's killing me.
You want to come to Massachusetts?
I think I'm going to go to Oregon, but yeah, the other side of the country, but I'll be there.
There you go. Listen,
Amazing.
anytime. Enjoy the day. Be safe. Have fun at work. Be safe at work. Don't get hit.
I
I
don't
know.
have time to get here. I've got content, mate. I've got to spread the word. Free Karen Reid.
And thank everyone for being here. Please like and subscribe to this channel, please. It helps us all. That's why we're all here, right? The more people that come, the more the word gets out, and that's why we do it.
And it's feeling like we belong to something important. We all have a shared values, a shared vision, shared passion. That stuff, that's beautiful. You can't buy that. You can't grift that shit.
Nope. I love all you people there. Whether you're from here or there, doesn't matter. Everyone in between, you're all loved.
Thank you, Tommy. Mwah. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Bye. Guys, shorties, thank you so much for being here. What a delight. I think Tommy can be an honorary fucking delight, right? He's the best. So standouts. Adam's been dropping the link in the chat for free Karen Reid standouts.com. You can join one or you can start your own. Worldwide on the 10th of November. the US all the time. So I can't do them all the time here in Australia and the world, but we'll get there, yeah. So thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the chat. Thank you to my beautiful, amazing mod squad. You guys rock. New people to the channel, I hope you subscribed. Help a sister out. Smash that like on your way out. And shall we go out with my epic theme song, courtesy of Melissa Asylum, formerly known as, now she's Turd Ferguson, wrote the lyrics and the music, AI music, and then my guy Adam Drives Helen did the video for us. So I love your faces. Get a sticker. Come on now. Good cause, cool sticker. Yeah. Mwah. Love your faces. See you all soon, next time, every time. Mwah.